Here's the analysis result for the guy you filled out the survey for. He scores B+. He's a good guy. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's not the type to climb the career ladder quickly or chase after high positions. Most of the time, he prefers to stay in his comfort zone and do what's familiar, rather than taking on tough tasks or leading from the front. Even if he dreams or talks about doing well, the push to actually get there is missing.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he quietly steps back instead of facing problems head on. He won't throw a tantrum or yell, but he's also not the fighter who quickly tries to fix things. If the pressure builds up, he'll likely retreat, keep to himself, or find a quiet escape, hoping the trouble passes on its own.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
Most people at work will find him easy to be around since he doesn't pick fights or cause drama. He's caring and cheerful, and that makes him pleasant company. You won't see him arguing or clashing, but you also won't see him earning strong admiration.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
He is likely to be happy for you if you do well in your career, showing genuine kindness and warmth. He may not always say the perfect thing, and sometimes his support might come in the form of a quiet smile rather than loud cheering. You won't have to walk on eggshells or worry about his ego.
What if you start earning more than him?
He is not the kind of man who will secretly resent you or let your higher earnings bother him. Instead, he quietly accepts things as they are and focuses more on sharing happy moments together than keeping score. You won't face awkward or bitter comments related to your salary.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He is usually quite careful with money. He likes things to be organized and prefers to plan rather than act on impulse, so you won't see him making sudden big purchases or wasting money on things he doesn't need. You probably won't have arguments about reckless spending with him.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He lives within his means and doesn't put up a show or pretend to be wealthier than he is. You'll find that he chooses things he can comfortably afford and avoids spending money just to impress others. This means less worry for you about hidden debts or surprise bills.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is kind hearted and caring, so he's happy to help when someone truly needs it. He isn't blindly generous with money, but he's not stingy either. He values people more than money, but he likes to be thoughtful and organized about spending.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He's quite open about money and doesn't play games or hide things from you. You can expect him to be upfront about what he earns, how much he spends, and where the money goes. Talking about money with him feels comfortable since he aims for fairness and honesty in everyday life.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He believes that housework should be shared and doesn't see it as only your responsibility. He likes things neat and orderly, so he's likely to step in and help keep the home tidy. Living with him, you're more likely to feel like a team rather than carrying the whole load by yourself.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He will genuinely help with chores and diapers, not just stand around watching or giving instructions. If something needs doing, he's more likely to quietly pitch in rather than expect you to handle it alone. You won't find him pretending to help by just sitting and supervising.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He isn't someone who will argue just to prove his point or make you feel small. When there's a disagreement, he's more likely to listen quietly and take in what you're saying rather than jump into a fight. If you share your side gently, he'll try to understand and respond with kindness.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he usually stays calm and doesn't say hurtful things or act aggressive. He tends to pull away and keep to himself rather than lash out or lose his temper. If things get tense, give him a little space. He needs time to cool off quietly.
Does he have a bad temper?
No, he's not the kind of man who gets angry very quickly. He has a steady temperament and does not blow up easily or pick fights over small things. There aren't strong signs of him being short tempered or overly dramatic, so it's not a red flag in this case.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He is able to say sorry and take responsibility when he makes a mistake. Though he may not always express himself with big words or grand gestures, he doesn't try to shift the blame onto you or make excuses. You won't have to worry about being unfairly blamed or carrying guilt that isn't yours.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
Yes, he will respect your boundaries and understands that no truly means no. He is gentle by nature and doesn't like confrontation, so he won't push or pressure you when you set limits. If you say you're not comfortable with something, he will listen quietly and step back without making you feel guilty or causing a scene. With him, your no will always be taken seriously and respected.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
No, he's not the kind of man who takes it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He understands that everyone has their own feelings and moods, and he won't sulk or make you feel bad about needing space. Instead, he's likely to quietly accept your response and give you the room you need.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Yes, you can trust him to handle private moments with care. He values trust and kindness, so he would never use something personal or intimate to hurt you or make you feel embarrassed later. He isn't the type to gossip, tease, or bring up private things in front of others.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is naturally loyal and not easily distracted by other women. He values emotional connection and comfort in a relationship, so he's not the type to chase after new attention or flirt around. You won't have to worry much about wandering eyes or secret messages.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
No, he is not overpossessive or controlling. He doesn't act jealous or keep a watchful eye on everything you do. He values peace and comfort in a relationship, not drama or control.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
No, his protective nature isn't a mask for being controlling. He truly wants you to feel safe and comfortable, but he isn't someone who tries to boss you around or make decisions for you. He doesn't use protection as an excuse to limit your freedom or dominate your life.
Now, on to the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He sees parenting as a team effort and does not expect you to handle everything on your own. He believes in sharing responsibilities and is willing to help with the everyday tasks that come with raising children. He may not make a big show of his contributions, but he is consistent and steady in doing his part.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he will stay calm and not lose his temper. He handles mistakes and strong emotions with gentle understanding, offering comfort instead of shouting or punishing harshly. He helps the kids feel safe to talk about their feelings, knowing that he won't react with anger.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
Yes, he will support your role as both a mother and your own person. He understands that you have needs, dreams, and a life outside of being a mom, and he won't expect you to give up your identity for the family. With him, you can feel balanced, cherished as a partner, and respected as your own individual.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
No, he's not the type to secretly support your career, now only to make you quit later when children come into the picture. He is gentle and values your happiness. So he won't lay hidden traps or quietly expect you to give up your work and dreams after becoming a mother. With him, what you see is what you get. He respects your choices and understands that being a mother and having a career can go hand in hand.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He will treat your parents with real warmth and genuine care, not just act polite on the surface. When he meets them, he'll be friendly and attentive, making sure they feel comfortable and respected. He values honest relationships and won't fake his feelings just to look good. He will try to adjust to your family rather than expect them to change for him.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or tries to interfere, he will handle it calmly and avoid making things worse. He doesn't react with anger or harsh words, even if the situation is tense, he's more likely to stay quiet and keep the peace. Instead of adding fuel to the fire or starting arguments, he helps you feel steady and safe.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
No, he's not the kind of man who is modern with you, but suddenly expects you to act like a traditional supportive wife in front of his relatives. He cares more about your comfort and happiness than keeping up appearances. You won't have to worry about switching who you are or pretending just for his relatives.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he will quietly support you rather than just stay out of it or side with his family. He might not step into the argument loudly, but you'll feel his steady presence and calm reassurance by your side. He values peace and doesn't like picking fights, but he won't leave you alone to handle things either.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He is not a typical mummy's boy. While he cares for his mother and respects her, he doesn't blindly follow her wishes or put her above your needs. When there's a conflict between you and his mother, he won't ignore your feelings or leave you alone to deal with it. With patience and gentle support, he'll make sure you don't feel second best.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
No, he's not the kind of man who shares every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He values privacy and understands the importance of keeping some things just between the two of you. With him, your private life will stay private, creating a safe and respectful space for both of you.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, this is why this guy scores B. Plus. He's a good guy. Being in a relationship with this man means living with kindness, calm, and steady support every day. He helps keep the home organized, notices what needs to be done, and quietly pitches in without drama or complaints.